Everyone here is hungry since the Del Frisco Sky. Whoa. All right. Trump lawyer Michael Cohen received this $500,000 payment from a firm linked to this Russian oligarch. A lot of people read all sorts of sinister things into that. I frankly don't know behind the weeds here. But the implications and the optics, as they say, they could be problematic, certainly for Mr. Cohen. Beyond that, I don't know. But I have a good idea the judge would know, or at least have some interesting views here, Judge Napolitano, on whether this reaction that we're getting is overblown. But what do you think?
Well, this oligarch, this Russian billionaire, whose company put $500,000 into the bank account of the company, from which Michael Cohen paid Stormy Daniels the $130,000, was stopped at JFK Airport and interrogated for many, many hours by the FBI when he was on a flight from Moscow to New York.
When was this?
This was within the past 10 days.
Oh, okay, so recent.
Yes, we learned about this last night when Michael Avenatti, who is Stormy Daniels' lawyer, somehow under some circumstance acquired this from Discovery in his lawsuit against Michael Cohen and released it. Now, Avenatti is, of course, arguing that Cohen is a bad guy and in cahoots with the president, doing all kinds of things. But he makes the case that was the Russian oligarch paying the president's debts. That would be extremely serious for the president of the United States. He also claims that...
Well, when did this $500,000 payment go down?
During the campaign.
Okay.
At the same time that the $130,000 came out to pay Stormy Daniels. So look, this is just as you said so nicely in your intro, this is optics. We don't know the facts behind it. Just because money came in and just because money went out at a curious time of Donald Trump's life.
Where did that money go into?
A Delaware shell company owned entirely by Michael Cohen. There also is money in there from the government of South Korea, according to Mr. Avenatti, and from AT&T, according to Mr. Avenatti, and according to AT&T. The people at AT&T are very smart. They said he did some work for us. It was not legal, and it was not lobbying. Therefore, there's no attorney-client privilege, and he didn't.
What was it?
We don't know. We don't know what he did, and Mr. Cohen may never have to answer. It may be perfectly lawful.
Do we know when the AT&T payments started coming at the time of this deal with Time Warner?
The AT&T payments went over the course of a year, starting in January of 17, when the president was inaugurated, and concluding in January of 18. Yes, it was during the time period of the AT&T Time Warner merger, and it was during the time period right before the trial, which ended last week, was about to begin. So again, it's optics. We need to know more before you can make an allegation. But just like the Rudy Giuliani rant last week, it's more headaches for the president at the worst possible time.
If it goes back and is dated, I have no reason to doubt you, to the time of the campaign, people are going to put that together with Russian oligarch and then just saying there was a relationship there prior to the campaign, Democrats seizing on this as more proof that something nefarious was going on. There's no proof of that. If this were any other country, any other entity, it gets the attention it does because it's connected to a Russian business guy.
Correct. A little bit of law. It is a crime for a campaign for a federal office in the United States to agree to accept something of value from a person, entity, or government that is foreign. The thing of value doesn't even have to arrive. It's the agreement that's the crime. That's the so-called collusion. Lawyers call it conspiracy. That's what Mueller is looking for. One of the 49 questions that Mueller told the president's lawyers he would ask if the president sits down is, are you aware of any efforts by your campaign, particularly through Paul Manafort, to receive any assistance from anybody in Russia? He has to have a good faith basis to ask that. The good faith basis may be this stuff. We don't know.
Now, if you're the president and you admit it, or at least, acknowledge that you had this payment, whatever they call it, you pay a retainer that you pay your lawyer every month, $35,000, whatever it was, every month, and that was the means by which the lawyer was paid to make the payment to Stormy Daniels, then how does this other money come into play if they are saying right now whatever he was paying out was coming from this retainer agreement?
I don't know the answer to that, Michael Cohen has told friends that he disagrees with Mayor Giuliani's version to our colleague Sean Hannity about how the payments were made. But I can't answer that. The optics are bad, but there may be an innocent explanation for all of this. However, somebody's going to be forced to come forward with that explanation. Either Cohen, who's a defendant, doesn't want to speak to the government, the president, who's a subject of a criminal investigation and doesn't want to speak to the government, but somebody's going to have to give an explanation because the government will just keep digging.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Judge, good seeing you again.
Did I make it clearer or more confusing?
You did, but man, oh man, you can see why this has gone far afield from where and how it started.
Yes, absolutely.
No?
Absolutely. And people say, when is it going to end? Deep into 2019. It's not going to end this summer or even this year.
I remember you mentioned it. So we have time for steak dinner.
Yes, we do. That's why everybody's hungry from that interview about Del Frisco's.
I think we should just charge it to Hannity. You'd never know.
Yeah, bring Gaspo, though.
Yeah, please. Yeah, bring Gaspo.
Yeah, that'll
raise
the bill significantly.
Snapping his finger with it. This doesn't smell right. All right.